Hello, my name is Irina and I'm a certified open yoga teacher. This is the material for the site yogaopenyoga.com for all those people who want to learn yoga seriously and from very basics and step by step, using simple language but not losing the importance and depth of the content. So, hope you have your notebooks and pens ready, because we will review today 11, right, you heard 11 questions, and this means that there are kind of different aspects that we need to review quickly and that you will have to pass the test later on the site yogaopenyoga.com. So, the first question is, does yogi must have a specific lifestyle? So there would be specific rules, how the yogi should live, what the yogi should do, or any others, recommendations or other things. No, not really. Yoga has existed very long time, and there have been many different lifestyles, and yoga has felt very well in all of them. However, there are recommendations about the lifestyle or the benefits you might have, so it's up to you about your lifestyle. Find what suits you best, see if the recommendations suit you, fit your lifestyle or not, and how well they go together with you. So you feel free to do as you wish, as the freedom is the basic aspect together with the responsibility in yoga. So the next question for the beginners is what kind of yoga I should do in the beginning of my yoga practice if I am just a beginner and I'm start doing yoga. We advise you to start with the physical aspect. Those would be Hatha yoga and Kriya yoga, and later you will feel the necessity or the wish to try some other things, because the physical level is the one that we understand the best. It's most clear. There are just a few notices, and there are also some results that we can notice quite fast, that we want to kind of check if we're going in the right way, and if there are any benefits from yoga. If physical aspect is not available to you at this very moment, or there are some restrictions, there are breathing yogas, there are Mantra yoga, or the yoga of sound that you can use, and many other kinds. So it's up to you. You decide what you and how it kind of you will practice. Just the fact is that you practice and how you practice. Other factors are not that important. Number 3 is, how often should you practice? The suggestion is not to do it less than twice a week, otherwise it's ineffective, and you know that the second principle of yoga is the principle of effectiveness. Hope you are not getting tired of me repeating this, but this is something you should learn by heart and should use you in your practical life, and you will see how this principle is helping you not only on the yoga mat or when practicing yoga, but turning your life into yoga, your lifestyle more suitable to the first and the second yoga principles. So you do minimum twice a week, and then you see for yourself if you need to extend this number to make it bigger, or it's good and you feel joy and harmony with 2. It's what you feel. The problem usually here is about the feeling. We have the feeling that we want to achieve more. It's not our feeling, but kind of pushing from outside, that striving for results, that is more characteristic for the sports. But learn to enjoy the moment of here and now, and you will see that you are striving for this enjoyment more often and for a longer period of time. This automatically brings us to the next question about the duration of the yoga class, of the yoga practice. Start with the optimum of 20 minutes, but of course you can start with 5 or 10. It depends on your specific situation, but 20 minutes should do well, and gradually go to 40 minutes. The average people, when they are on their kind of course of the yoga, they choose the class from 30 to 90 minutes. You can also split this time, probably in 2 parts, and have a small morning practice and small evening practice, or just have one. It's up to you. Look on your day how you can plan it, how well it fits. Actually, we had the material on this, and you can check our YouTube channel about how often and how long should be the Hatha Yoga class. We are having a special material on Hatha Yoga, as it's very, very required, so check the channel, you will see there is more information on this. This will be just a small review. The next question. From time to time, all students or just the people who are interested in yoga are saying that they would like to learn yoga, but their relatives object of their studies, what they should do. No universal answer, because there's not much information. There can be situations when relatives kind of object of the person's willingness to practice yoga due to some other personal reasons, and all things are so interrelated. Like when you kind of try to take one part, all the network is going like a net of the spider together, and you have to see yourself why this situation has occurred and what to do next. See for yourself, and really wishing you the best in this area, because it's not an easy aspect when these reactions are kind of caused from the opposite side. And the next one is the question about, should you practice yoga publicly, or can you do it? Of course you can do it. See if it's not interfering in your practice, if you are more focused on what you do, or you are more focused on that other people are walking around or talking, or there are some other noises that are troubling you, not letting you to focus on yourself and your awareness about your practice. So it's good to try. Nature is a very good place to do it, but there can be some disturbing occasions that you should be aware of. Okay, then the next question about food preferences and about what should you eat or not eat related to before and after the yoga practice. Very good question, a very important one. You could have some light food, let's say 30 to 60 minutes before the practice, or sometime after the practice. Don't do it with a full stomach, because it will be difficult. Like imagine that you will be jumping the rope or running with the, I don't know, some kind of very good lunch. It would be difficult for your body, and it would be more involved in digestion process rather than the yoga itself. So decide for yourself. We also discussed in our last class about should you be a vegetarian, and should you change the preferences, about the moral, physical aspects. So no answer again, the specific one, because yoga is about the recommendations and about exploring yourself, and by eating the food and having the practice, you are also exploring yourself. So you find again your path that suits you. You might listen to suggestions of others, your yoga instructor, your yoga teacher, your soulmates, other yogis, books, internet, but don't take this as a strict rules. So there are different ways, different areas that you will practice, thereby choose for yourself where you go. And if you start your practice, we suggest you to start with the physical aspect of yoga, and as we talked, you can stay on this physical one, not learning the theory or the philosophical aspects, but probably you will have this feeling that you need to explore something in depth later. So good try, good work, and this will help you, so you kind of practice a long time. You can also combine different kinds of yoga in one practice. For example, usual open yoga class for Hatha yoga will also include some elements of meditation, of breathing exercises or pranayama yoga, and thereby, yes, at least 3 kinds of yoga in class. And there are also some aspects of other kinds of Raja yoga when we learn to control ourselves, or Bhakti yoga, then the enjoyment. So these are the terms that you might explore later on. Very useful also to know, but if you think that this is only physical, it's good, you can stay in this, but of course it brings emotions and feelings and thoughts together with, and a lot of things to work on. Then what else? Sometimes you might meet some strange people in the yoga practice or yoga related events that are telling you that they are great yogis. They feel something magic with your chakras, your energetic centers, or they feel your karma, whatever. But you kind of start feeling like very cautious. Are they really yogis? Should you listen to them? Yoga is a system of self-exploration and exploring of the universe. Very much attention is given to the logic, so kind of be yourself and know the basics of yoga. What is yoga, what is not, what do yogis do, kind of in a way of communication, and this magic stuff, be careful with it. Because not everybody who is saying you that they are yogis are yogis. You kind of do this verification process like you would do, because there can be a very nice flower, but when you approach it, it turns out to be plastic, nothing from the natural one, but it can be written that it's a nice flower. So if it will be a flower, you will notice by the smell, the feeling, and other things. Like with the yogi, you kind of make a decision based on the kind of what you see and what is your experience. And everything happens for a reason, thereby if you meet this kind of person, then there must be this kind of reason. There are some people who say they have studied everything, and if you have studied everything, it's great. Then probably we have nothing to offer you, because if you say what's next, we haven't studied everything. So you decide for yourself where you want to go, and if you succeed, let us know, because there's still a lot to know. Even if we know the first and the second principle, we know that there's a lot of things to study. And yeah, if you find yourself as the great teacher who has known everything, probably there will be followers for you who will want to study from you. And there are also people who say that I like your school, but I don't like your approach. The approach is the way it is. That's the way we see the easiest and most kind of convenient path to yoga. and it's up to you to choose another school, because there are many schools to explore and there go and see how it goes there. I hope that you like the approach of our school and it suits you, that you have found a lot of useful answers, and that we will continue learning together. The test is up to you. If you found it useful, thumbs up, and I'll see you next time.